Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Resiliency Camp Podcast. We got my dog Jaleel Wadood in the building, man. Lil, you know what I'm saying,
What's
man.
up, bro? What's up, man?
Man, just thankful, to be here with you, bro. You know what I mean? How you feeling, bro?
No, man. Appreciate you having me, man. For real, for real.
Man, it mean a lot, bro. Me and Lil, we go back, man. We're gonna get started. But first, man, I just wanna, give you this merch, man, Resiliency Cam, bro. So man, cause
Appreciate
you
you, bro.
stand for that, bro. You feel me? So resilient, all that, bro. So for real, I really,
Nah,
appreciate you, bro. A lot of people don't know, man. Me and Lil, we met at the U.S. Army game down in Texas, man. And it's funny how we met because I was in the back of the line and like I was singing that song, "Bro Hit Your Rollie, Bro Hit Your Rollie." And, like that was a Cali thing at the time. You
Yeah.
feel me? So like I remember DJ Calhoun, you, Inhale, Nigel,
Yeah.
and I forgot the dude, the USC. He was a tight end at the time. The dark
Bryce Dixon.
Bryce Dixon. You feel me? They like, bro, what
My
you
boy
know?
Bryce.
Right, you know what I'm saying? What you know about that, bro? Hit your rollie. You
Real
feel me?
talk.
And like
That was before I knew you was from Arizona, though. So I'm like, okay, I can
right,
see you on the West Coast a little bit.
Makes
So I'm like,
sense, right?
yeah,
So, and then I mean, man, from there, just hit it off, bro. You feel me? The
for
whole
real.
time, man, we just down there enjoying ourselves, bro. And like, it's funny, bro. I hope you don't mind me talking about it, but I'm like, bro, we was doing shit like,
Man, look.
hey.
we was young and trying to get into stuff. For
Hey,
real,
you
for
feel
real.
me?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like, man, hey, I walk into you in hell room.
It was crazy.
Man, just so many memories, man. I ain't gonna touch on too much. Just say what we did, like, but man, just so many memories, bro. To being around so much talent, bro. You feel me? Christian McCaffrey, like all these guys were there, man. Jamal Adams, I can
Joe
the list.
Mixon.
Quentin Nelson, I can go on and on and on. You know what I mean?
Some
But
ballers, for real.
talk about how that experience was with you, man. Because I know for me, bro, like that's a memory I hold near and dear to my heart. You feel me? Because I'm like so much talent on one field, and it's crazy because like we was trying to get into so much. Like, cause I remember telling my dad come see me in the hotel. I'm like, dang, Dad, we not having fun. Like, we just got football practice. But I just remember the coaches saying over and over, enjoy this. It's gonna fly. It's gonna be one of the best memories of your life. Like,
That was like that slogan right there was like the slogan I took for granted as far as like,
come on.
because only through football would I be able to meet somebody like you. It was like, like
True.
my dad always told me, real gonna respect real, you feel me? So it's
Come
like
on.
from the jump, I could just feel your energy, and that's how we clicked, because
Right.
I wasn't just kicking with every me.
Right.
And
It
you
was
wasn't
just us.
kicking
Like,
with
we was like, we
everybody.
ain't kicking it with
It was
everybody.
just like a good solid five of us, but we all had the same energy. So it's like I'm glad I got to experience that because still to this day, me, you, Nige, DJ, Joe Mixon.
Come on.
I
All the
still talk
jokes.
to Christian McCaffrey.
Come on.
You feel me?
Right.
Like just every now and then, like just going to that game and being around those type of dudes. It was cool for me.
Right.
Just cause I got to meet, you feel me, long time friends. It was, it got bigger than football after football.
And that's real, bro. And like you hold those relationships, like you say, still talk to everybody here and there. You know what I mean? So that's dope. And then that picture I sent you of me,
Yeah,
Joe
me
and
Joe. I ain't seen that in a minute.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't see that. That's why I was like, let me send it to him. I'm like, he gonna enjoy this one because I ain't even seen it in a minute till I got a new phone and it like backed up, and I'm like, man,
I was
look
about
at.
to ask you where you find it at.
Bro, it was just in my backed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Okay.
oh, that's dope, bro. So
That's legendary.
man, legendary for real. And, Joe doing this thing with the Bengals, man. So, it's definitely a blessing. And then, you commit to UCLA, bro. Talk to me why there. And then, just speaking on, because you said real recognize real, it's crazy because, Kenny Lacy, he was already on the podcast, second episode. I appreciate you, Kenny, for, just being a part of the legacy, But, that's my best friend. We do everything together. 75, 76 pictures, still close to this day. We at least see each other, you know what I mean? We prioritize that, So, but y'all end up, teaming up, and then Kenny FaceTime me one day like, hey, you know him? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my dog Jaleel. Then, y'all being so close up at
Yeah.
UCLA, like.
Bro, just like I said, like, the energy, you feel me?
Right.
Like, it brings you to, who it attracts you to. So it's just
real.
like, just how I met you, like, even before I was going to UCLA and I was just doing a couple workouts, just going up there as like a senior in high school. Just every time I go, bro, it's just Lay showed me love. And it wasn't like, because when you an older classman, you don't gotta mess with the younger
Come
classmen
on,
at
you
all. It's
don't.
just that that coolness of you being upperclassman. You got your boys you already kick with whatever. But it's like Lace embrace. You feel me? The younger crew. You feel me? Of me. And all the dudes that came with me. So
Right.
it was just like me seeing that and then just being appreciative of that. I'm just appreciative of people who are real, and got genuine about them because it's a lot of
Right.
things, faking facade nowadays. So just
That's
me and
real.
Lace hit it off, man, and just always kept it real, man. We had talks, you feel me, that no normal, you feel me, homies will have talks about. It's just
Come
real
on.
life, and you just been locked in ever since. But just man, me picking UCLA, man, I was committed to ASU like my sophomore year in high school. Then that didn't really work out because I committed kind of too early.
Right.
Then I committed to Cal, but just wasn't feeling it. I actually went to tell you the truth. I really only really wanted to go because one of my boys from Vegas was going. His name is Armand Perry.
Right. Shout out to,
You feel
Ma,
me?
you know what
Shout out to
I'm saying?
Peas, big CBA. You feel me?
Hey, he always say when I see him, he like, if I would have played in that game versus y'all, we would have won. Cause
Which one?
we played them. We played Bishop Gorman. We
Oh
beat
yeah,
them on
yeah,
national
yep, yep,
television.
yep.
So even they say that, you know what I'm saying? They start, shout out to they too. They always be like, if we would have played, it would have been a different story. I tell them, no chance. Same
Nah,
outcome. And you
yeah.
know
Y'all was
why?
nice that year though too.
And while we on it, because we finished off fourth in the country, y'all finished off what, number one?
Yeah, number one.
We
Yeah.
still would have beat y'all, bro. Hey, I'm putting this on camera. We would have beat St. John Bosco.
Look, I'm
Hey,
not
look.
even gonna go into that because everybody said they would have beat us that year. So I'm just
Hey,
not.
I'm
It's a
being-
bunch of people that think they would have beat
Hey,
us that year.
I mean, Chandler was up on y'all, what, 28 at half?
Yeah.
Come
All
on.
But look, you want to hear? You want to hear the only
Hey, look,
reason?
we beat them boys 49-7
But
that
look,
year.
the only reason that they were even in the game is because we played in Mission Viejo and it was 102. And y'all used to running down in that
Right,
heat.
in that heat,
It's
right.
cool where we at. It's like 70, 60, so
Right.
it was hot the whole first half. The
Right.
only reason it was in the game, sun went down. They didn't score 0 points in the second half.
Oh, once the sun went away, huh? It's
Yeah, it was like, all right,
it's a
bro,
wrap
every
now.
play I went both ways. So every play I came to the sideline, I was like pouring water like down my shoulder pads
Right.
into my cleats. Like it was just crazy. And then like once the sun went down, it's like, oh yeah, the momentum changed. They were the best team we played that year though to me.
Right.
For sure.
That's real. And then, Lil, like, man, like you say, like your spirit and energy, bro, like it even translated on the field, bro. Like, I'm like, man, man, small but big heart though, playing like a giant out there to like, man, you go from the U.S. Army game to being one of the top recruits in the country to, bro, you go to UCLA and first game, bro, what, 15, 16 tackles against Texas, bro? Like,
it wasn't that many, but it was up there.
It was up there, like
my first start. My first start was like 10 tackles,
Right.
10 tackles, 2 PBUs.
Come on.
As a freshman.
You was balling, bro. Like I never forget that game. So I'm like,
Appreciate
you
it, bro.
definitely
Yeah.
did that. And where do you think like that football hunger, you feel me, like come from? Cause I'm like, I don't feel like a lot of people got that nowadays. Like that.
It's just all mentality and what was instilled in me. It's just life though. Like, like I was never the biggest on my team, but I always wanted to be the best.
Right.
So it's like since Pop Warner, I was like always the MVP, or not to be like cocky, because like I was the coach's son in Pop Warner, but
Right.
like I got cursed out at practice, like everything, like my dad was my coach, so he could do whatever he want. You
Come
feel me?
on, right.
He
I'm
didn't
already
go
knowing.
crazy, but he like brought the best out of me. He just instilled in me the mentality that nothing's ever going to be handed to me.
Right.
Which was the situation at UCLA, because I didn't come in starting. I had to earn that. So
Right.
like everything I did, I earned. And it was just all through hard work and mentality. Like, yeah, I'm the littlest, but I hit the hardest. I'm the best. I do everything better than everybody, and you
Right.
can't tell me I don't.
Right. That's real.
But at the same time, it was just the love. You feel me? Like, it's where I felt comfortable. I've been playing football since I was 5, so just the love of the
Right.
game. It was just natural. It just came
Right.
natural. I come from a football family, so like it's just in my blood. It's just what I
Right.
do.
And then let me ask, man, just, because I'm a football head, man. Like I said, you had so many great games in college. Like, what would you say was like your most favorite or like, your favorite time?
Dang, man. I played in some good games though, like
You,
for real. Like,
you played
what you
some.
want, like college or high school?
Man, wait, man, high school, college, you can even. I
I,
really want to. You
what you want? Just like, I just tell you one from high school and one from college.
right?
So
Yep.
like, high school would probably have to be like De La Salle, of
Right,
course.
right,
You
right,
feel
right.
me?
The
Just cause
powerhouse, right,
you know, just them being a powerhouse and like that year, like was the first year in my school history. We won anything in high school. It was my senior year, so it was just crazy.
right,
Just to beat them, a team who was once like 100 and something and oh, and then a couple years later they have, excuse me, they have a new record of like 60 something and 50 something and at the time. So, everybody's like, oh, De La Salle, they're just gonna come down here and win again. So when we played them, it was just at the time they even had a movie out about them.
right,
You
right,
feel
right.
me?
I
So
remember
it
that
was just
movie.
like the movie had dropped like a week before we played them. So just to play that legendary school, everybody was like nerve wracking, but to be the first Southern Cal team to beat them like ever in Southern California history was dope to me.
Right, that's real.
So the high school that for sure had to be my best high school game too, and it was a close one.
Right,
And then college, damn, college I played in some good ones.
right. I
So
know.
I got two favorite ones that probably know, but like only my teammates will probably know about this game. But we played Washington State at UCLA, probably my sophomore or junior year. We were all black, but like it's my favorite because I made the like game winning stop to give
Right,
the defense like the ball back. We ended up losing the game though, so it wasn't a game winning stop, but it
right.
was the stop we needed. I made like a pick in the back of the end zone. It was my first
I,
like
I
real
remember.
big play.
I remember the play playing in my mind right now. Come on.
It was my
I watched
first
everything
like
you
you feel
did.
me? My
Right,
boy, no, you feel me? That's my
right,
boy.
real.
So
You already know. So,
but so that play was like my first like real big play of doing something for the team. And
right,
like after that we made a drive, went down to score, and like of course we like the defense gave up a touchdown for them to win, but like
right,
we were in the chance because of me, like we were in the game because of me.
right,
So that was fire. And then of course the comeback against Texas A&M. I think
right.
we were down 44-10
Mm-hmm.
in the third quarter, like 44
Right,
to
yeah,
10 in
y'all.
the
I
third
remember that
quarter.
game. They always played on ESPN still to this day, like
Yeah.
one of the biggest comebacks. So I know that was
So that game was crazy just itself because just looking up, like I've never been down that bad ever playing football. Like that was probably gonna be like the worst loss of my career ever. So just sitting there, and it was so crazy because football's playing on Saturday in college, so nobody played, no NFL, nothing. We were only day game on because we played on Sunday. So
right,
everybody was watching us. First game of the season,
right. I remember it.
SEC versus Pac-12.
Come
So
on,
everybody like Pac-12. They're not as good as SEC football.
right,
So it was just a big game. And then I was playing Christian Kirk.
right, right,
My
right.
boy
See
Christian,
Kirk,
yeah,
hey, shout
yeah.
out, see Arizona legend right there.
For
Shout out to
sure.
Christian Kirk,
Yeah,
bro.
my boy
So
C. Kirk. So
he-
I've been playing against
crazy
I played
with
with
the-
Christian, yeah.
crazy with the Cardinals too. Like how ironic, man. From Arizona, end up, that's
Yeah.
shout out to C. Kirk, man.
Yeah, so C. Kirk was top 10, went first round.
Come on, all that.
So like I had to stick him too. I had to, the job of sticking him that game, you feel me?
Right.
So it was just a whole bunch of emotions, but we were
Right.
down crazy. Then just to rally back and just to win, you feel me?
Right.
Not even going into OT, win last second play, fake spike to my boy Jay Last from Josh Rosie. It was just
Right.
crazy. So I'd probably say those two games with Wazoo and then the comeback against Texas A&M
Right.
was the dopest.
And then let me ask you, man, because, being from LA and playing at UCLA and then playing against SC, because I remember being recruited by both schools, having both offers, and just to go see that rival, like it was personal, bro. So just talk about, being in LA and how that game meant, because that was always like to come, I came and watched y'all a few times play that SC, and that was always like the, biggest moment for me, because, it's for the city.
No, for sure. Like, bro, it's so crazy. Like, growing up, I'd have never thought I would have went to UCLA. Like, you'd have told me probably like my 9th grade year of high school, like I was going to UCLA, like I probably laughed in somebody's face. Like, never.
Right.
Nobody wants to go to UCLA, you feel me, being from LA.
Right.
Like, I had no other poster in my room but this little SC poster above my bedroom. It was the only school I wanted to go to.
Right.
But so through the like growing up and meeting different people, so like I got the chance to go on the official visit UCLA. They were my
Right.
last offer though, and then I met Coach Moore.
Right.
He's probably one of the best coaches ever in my
Come on,
life.
yeah.
Like,
Shout
I
out to
came
Coach
across,
Moore.
You feel
Yeah.
me? Shout out to Coach Moore, but just dope, man. People's coach reminded me of Pete Carroll back
Right.
at SC. and I got that vibe. What's so crazy is like on my official, like out of all like the recruits, like he took me home
Right.
on my official. Like I didn't go back like with none of the GAs or anything. Like the head coach took me home.
Right.
So like off the rip, that left a special mark in my heart. Like, all
Come
right,
on.
man, like this dude actually care about who, you feel me other than football, the person I am.
Right.
So that happened, and then I was silently committed to SC at the time though. So I
Right.
never even told nobody, like probably nobody noticed, but like I wanted to go to SC. I was silently committed. But then they
Right.
fired Coach O.
Right. Yeah.
And
Coach
then
Oregon, right.
yeah. But then I went to UCLA and like defensive back coach me Demetrius Martin, like he was like just hella dope, hella relatable. Just more of a family feel.
Nah, and like just speaking on UCLA, because I'm like, man, if I can go back in time and do it over, I'm like, I would go to UCLA because bro, that staff, like you say, like Coach Demetrius,
You
Coach
feel me? Coach
Clem,
Clem,
come
you
on,
feel
bro.
me?
Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, Coach Clem, like, I
Yeah.
can't say too much, but hey, that's my dog.
You feel
Like,
me? Coach Clem,
Coach Clem,
Coach
bro,
Meat,
like
Coach Yards.
that whole staff, you went up there, you feel like you at home,
But it
bro.
seems like
Like,
you get the family feeling as well as a lot of them. That was their first time coaching college football, but it was all
right,
NFL coaches. So you got like the family feel with the NFL mindset.
right, great
And then,
coaching, right,
and just the people they knew and the plugs and then the players that they talk about coaching, like Coach Moore, Coach Jerry Rice. So for him
right,
to coach Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders, and then for me to be in his repertoire, you feel me, like
right.
kids he's coached, like that's legendary.
That's real,
But and then that just adds on to the type of man he was, It's like still to this day I talk to him, like the
right.
day I have a wedding, like he'll be at my wedding. Just like those type of people like in my life
Come on,
would attracted me. So it's like, all right, like, and they were smashing on USC at the time. Like we
come on,
whooping the USC every year at the time. They like
come on,
won 3 in a row or 2 in a row. So
right,
I'm like SC, like, so it was cool, like you feel me out. So I just like didn't like the fact that I was messing with Coach O and then they fired him,
right,
and I had more of a connection at UCLA. So I wanted to be different too. That's why I pride myself in is like trying to like just set my own
right.
lane and
Separating
do
yourself,
myself. You
right,
feel me? So I live like 5 minutes away from USC growing up in Crenshaw, so it was like close. I seen it. I wanted something different. I wanted to be different. Do something different. I
right.
wanted to be, on that team that just like got UCLA to just be made it a powerhouse,
Right, that's
which it
real.
did in a
It
way
was.
because
No, you see,
during
y'all
my
was up
4 years
there.
there, we had like at least 10 first rounders.
And that's what I was gonna say too. You play with, Kenny Clark, Eric Kendricks, Anthony
Miles
Barr,
Jack,
Miles Jack, like
Fabian Moreau.
Fabian Monroe. So many, great guys, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
my freshman year probably like freshman year probably like 7 not 7 year, but 7 people went like NFL got drafted.
Right,
And that was big. Like, UCLA didn't really have nobody except like maybe 1 or 2 players every year. Still
right,
had some cold players though, like Maurice Jones-Drew,
right. But y'all
Mercedes
really,
Lewis.
y'all
But
really
we really set the tone
turn
for like as
turn
far as like sending
turn.
a lot of people to the NFL. It
Come,
hasn't been done since Coach Moore's left.
come on, that's real. And then, little man, like I say, bro, like you're a legend to me. Like you're a LA legend. You feel me? Like, and that's the truth. You feel
My
me?
boy.
Like, I think you want to, it ain't even no thinking, but one of the greatest Bruins, if you ask me. You feel me? Like for sure. Let me ask, bro. Talk about, what you faced since, being done with college. Because if you ask me, I'm like, oh, that boy going first, second round, like for sure. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, talk about that experience and how that's been though.
Just, it's just like growing up when you just only have football, it's like that's all you know. So
Right.
like just me, like, thank God I always had the just a good mindset, man. I just always been a positive person. So, when some stuff didn't work out in football, cause like I'm still going at it. It's just resilient, like just like resiliency. Like
Resiliency.
you
That's
feel me?
why. That's why we here.
You feel me? I'm still going at it. So like I go to AZ in April, like with
Right.
the Phoenix Rattlers. So I'm gonna be out there with my boy. You feel me?
Yep. Arizona Rallies. We're gonna get it right.
Yeah.
I'm excited, bro. When I seen that, bro, I'm like, man, Lil coming to AZ,
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm like, it's gonna be great for him because, like, we're
But
gonna be,
just to back to what you were saying, it's like I didn't play with like damn near half of the people I know that I didn't encounter during my football years. Like I know at least over 30 people in the NFL that I didn't play with or played against.
right.
So just me, I never had a hater mentality. I've never been like the dude mad. It's like
Loving
I
it.
I didn't like. I've been to a rookie mini camp. I've suited up, been on the NFL team. I played
Come
for a
on.
professional team. So like my
Right.
goal from a little kid was to play professional football, and
And
I
you
did that.
you did that.
You
Come
feel me?
on.
So that satisfied me. A lot of people, it's like they feel like they have to be known as this or known to be that. It's different ways to be, you feel me, to provide for your family
To be
and to
known and
be
stuff, right?
successful. You feel me? Cause like me, the type of person I ain't even really trying to be known, even though what I've done in football has allowed me to be
Be
known.
known and just come
But
with it,
you
right? But that's not what we
but
striving for, right?
exactly, I'm striving for it, you feel me? Just trying to just take care of my family and
Right,
just be able to provide and eat every day. And like as long as I could do that, you feel
right.
me, and I know who I am and know what I stand for, it's always kept me sane. And just like you said, bro, it's just like my supporting cast, like you feel me, I got great homies,
That's real.
who treat me the same regardless football, if I'm the man or not, and they just keep it solid. And if
Come
you
on,
long as you got that foundation and good people around you, then it's gonna always allow you to succeed because without football, I know they're not gonna let me fall on my back. As
come
well as
on.
you feel me, my pops. Like it's just the people in my life that I didn't either attracted or grew up, you feel me, having to grow up with and just
Right.
having to deal with them in my life. And there's just so many people, I learn from my friends more than anybody I know. It's just like I'm
Come
always
on.
down to learn, you feel me? So it's just like I didn't have the supporting cast, to just keep me sane as well as
Right.
my strong mentality and faith in God. You feel me?
Right.
That's the key as well. You feel me? Just prayer for sure.
That's real, bro. And like you talked about like the supporting cast. You feel me? Like because sometimes we get in that mentality of like, all right, we can do it by ourselves. We can do it by ourselves. Like, and people don't know, like, that's when you start messing up the most. Like, and like it's crazy because it's like, like people always want to tune out the supporting cast, Gladys Knights and the Pips, right? Like, but Gladys is nothing
Michael
without
Jackson,
who?
you feel me? Jackson 5.
Jackson 5, you feel me? Supporting cast though, you feel me?
Cause they
Like,
don't get there to where they at unless they got that supporting cast.
unless you got that supporting cast. And I'm like, so,
But what's so crazy is like I've never been a cocky dude, but at the point in my life, I did try to shy away and try to do things my way. You feel me? And like
right.
try to do it on my own. But it's like, man, people don't know. Like you can work smarter, not harder. It's
Come on.
easier with a team
It
because that
is.
just allows more weight to be brought off your back. So I'm all for, you know, if I got something going, like if my homie, I know he doesn't have something going for him, and
Right.
I try to help him pull him in and get something going for him. I always
Right.
been like that, but I always surrounded myself with people like that.
Right. Who
So it always allowed me to win.
Two, how do you find that balance, bro? You feel me? Because like you said, like you always been that person of, if the homie don't, if he don't got it, if he not on, then let me bring him with it. How do you find that balance? Because like, the tough part is that as loving as you want to put the homie on, like you can't bring everybody. So like, how do you find that balance and knowing like, damn, I didn't tried everything with the, he ain't learning.
Man, it's so crazy because it's like the older we grow, it's like I done lost homies
Right.
that were best friends with me. If it's just like all about a growth thing. If you're not willing to grow with me, then I can't bring you.
That's real.
But if you showing that you willing to grow, like you try to do something, you trying
Right.
to contribute, always, you feel me, always welcome, you feel me, as far as my homies. Like my friends know. I went to UCLA, I took them with me.
Right. Come
You
on.
feel like they came to every game.
That's real.
Like like the first time I started like going out and like meeting people like like NFL players and like all that type of stuff like the Hollywood lifestyle that UCLA brings. My homies were with me,
Right.
and like not people I just met, my boys from middle school.
Right.
Like dudes I didn't play football with since I was 5.
Come on.
It's like I'm the type of person, even if I make a new relationship and become close with somebody, I link them with my day ones. You
That's
feel
real.
me? And we're all friends now because you have to know what makes me me, and you feel me, like who I
That's
grew up
real.
with. Nah, real talk. Like
That's
you feel me,
real. I
like
like
I
that.
can never. I'm just a homies person. Like even at the end of the day, like
You
I can't do nothing by myself. Because it's like you're not successful by
right.
yourself.
And it's like, speaking of, a homie's person, like you just a loving person. And that's why we connected down there at the
For
US Army
sure.
game. That's why like you and Kenny
Vice versa
connected.
though.
Like, you feel me? Because God, like you say, your energy gravitates towards the people you're supposed to be around. You feel me? So, I tested, like I say, like a loving person. Like hearing you talk, I'm like, man, that's just like me. That's just like, you feel me? And that's why come on,
Come
it's
on, bro.
love. You
Because
feel
at the
me?
end of the day, it's like, man, I don't like negative energy. I don't like
Come on.
negative people. Speak. speak negative tone, negative
Negative
face,
anything.
because it's
Come
all
on.
positivity with me.
In my world, come on.
So it's like that's why I like the track, and like I feel like if I keep it that way, if I keep it solid, that's all I'm gonna bring to me.
And that's real, bro. And like, I was driving, with the homie Voss. Shout out Voss, mixed by
Yeah.
Voss, man. And he was saying, he like, man, if you got weight on you, eventually you gonna sink. And I'm like, man, damn, like that's real though. You feel me? So that negative thoughts, whatever, weighing you down, you feel me? You're gonna end up sinking. And I'm
It's
like,
just
that's
so
real.
crazy because somebody yesterday they just told me just like how she told you, like they told me like like a little saying, like he my one of my friends, the older dude I know, he said you a man with a rope. What that basically mean is just like, like you carrying this big wagon, you a man with a rope, and you carrying it.
Right.
And you gotta make the wagon less, man, so you carry it easier. So whoever
That's
not
real.
adding on, you feel me? If you're not trying, if you're on the back of the wagon, you got a friend on the back of the wagon, he ain't helping you
Yeah,
carrying it. He
come
like, man,
on.
how long we gonna take till we get there? Then that ain't somebody you need on the wagon. You gotta let
That's
them know
real.
you a man holding the rope. You feel me? You a
Come
man
on,
with
they
a
gotta
rope.
be pulling that
They
rope
gotta be
too.
pulling that
Like
rope too. You
that's
got, you feel me? You got a significant other in your life. You feel me? And they not helping you to get to your dreams or the dreams y'all got collectively. Then
come
you feel
on.
me? They shouldn't be on your wagon.
Man,
And that's just life.
that's real, bro. Like that's real. And then one thing I like too that you was talking about too is like learning, bro. Never stop learning. You feel me? Because I feel like a lot of people get to that point. Like my pastor say, "What's your favorite line?" I'm grown now. I'm grown. Like you think you know it all. You feel me? Like people think they so smart versus like you say, like you can never stop learning from the homies. Like we was talking about off camera. You was like, okay, I seen the homies do this and that, and like okay, I like that and I like that, and then I'm gonna take that and put that in my process and tweak it and like just learning, because like my dad always say, and I think it's big, he said you learn two ways. Like you learn from someone who's been through it, or you learn by just going through it. So it's like I always like to just be smart and learn from others. You feel me?
For
Like you
sure.
made that mistake, you did this, like
But at the same time, it's like let's like we can learn from others,
right.
but I'm a firm believer in making your own mistakes.
That's real too,
At the
because
same time. And it's so crazy because like I used to get into it, like kids in a relationship with their parents is like, once we get a certain age, we try to do a lot of stuff on our own.
right.
And you feel me, try to shy away of the fact of being a kid and try to step into that I'm grown lane. But in all reality, it's like, man, you ain't never too old to get help. And
That's
even
real.
me,
Come
I didn't
on.
came to a point in my life where it's like I was the feel me person not trying to listen, not trying to listen.
Come
But
on.
then it's like once I started listening, I just learned more
Come on, you get
than what I knew.
come on.
You feel me? So
That's real.
that's why I'm like, shit. I'm just trying to soak up as much game as I can. Even even if I don't feel like it's right, I still heard it.
I still heard it
I
though.
still heard it.
That's why I'll be quiet. Like even I might disagree with you, but I'm a listen though. You feel me?
Because
Like
at the end of the
come
day,
on.
everything's an opinion. I'm not necessarily saying I'm right and you're wrong, but this is just how I feel about it.
Come
And you
on. Like
feel about
that's
it, well, why you feel about it?
right.
Like why you feel this way about it? And I'm gonna tell you why I feel this way about it. And once you see like, oh, okay, this is how you think about it. Never thought about it like that.
Right.
And it's gonna make everybody, you feel me, just understand each other more.
And then little man, growing up in the Crenshaw district, man, cause I always heard about it, my people from LA, Pops, you know what I'm saying? Our whole family all from LA, you know what I'm saying? So, I always heard about that upbringing, and things like that. And, just Nip, man,
Yeah.
just being the legend and, what he stood for and stuff. So, like that California influence was always there for me, bro. Let me ask you, bro, because you from there, bro. What do you feel like is something you can do to change to inspire those who are uninspired?
Same way, my pops my pops is well respected in the city of LA just for the simple fact that like, he gave back.
Right.
He's always been working youth football. Like he actually is the commissioner of Snoop's youth football league. Like he
That's what's
runs
up.
Snoop's league. You feel me?
Right. I
So like
always see it with
for the
Snoop
inner
too, so
city,
I'm like,
yeah.
that's dope.
So
It's
like
dope.
my pops is the commissioner of his league, but like they met. You feel me? Because my dad had a Pop Warner team. They was real good, but they was together the whole time. And you just seen what type of person he
Personally
was, how
is
he carried himself,
right.
and that he cared for the kids. And I just feel like that's where a lot of my dad's success comes from in life, because he's so giving and he gives back. You
Right.
feel me? He's just like, how can he help the next person?
Right.
So with me, it's like whenever I'm done with whatever I'm doing as far as my career, like I for sure gotta go back and like whether it's training coaching, doing
Right.
something like I gotta give my knowledge just to help, somebody that's lesser than me, just
Right.
to help the
Just
youth,
real.
just do, you feel me? Because when I was coming up, I just really looked up to my cousin, the people in my family. I looked up to my dad because
Right.
everybody in my family played football, so I didn't have to go looking for other places to
Right.
look up to people as far as like a male figure.
Right.
But it's some people that don't have that in their life and grow up with just their mom or just their grandma or just the auntie or the cousins. Feel me?
Right.
So like, I just want to be there just to share my experiences,
Right.
what I messed up on the most, and just try to help them, just be better than what I am at it. Like I got a little homie he go to St. John Bosco, my old high school right
Right.
now. He's a sophomore, but he real good at football, got offers and stuff.
Right.
But I'm just trying to help him and give him some game that a D1 athlete could give him that he won't have to just go get later in life or search for, Probably
Right.
already gave him the game and it helped his life, 10 times more than
Right.
what it would have been if I didn't, let him know, hey, this what I went through. This is how you should do it. You your own person, you gonna make your own mistakes, but I'm letting you know you don't have to make these ones.
Right. That's real, bro. And like, bro, it's so like that's something that's just taken for granted. Having I don't care, even if it's not your parent, just having a guardian, somebody to put that time in with you, you know what I'm saying?
For
And
sure.
and raise you the right way. Because like you say, it's a lot of people who living with cousins, just mom, just auntie, you know what I mean? Because I think it's big that you didn't have to, go, look outside your family for somebody to look up to versus it's a lot of kids that do. Like they just looking for somebody to guide them, show them a little love, show them a little attention. Like
Oh yeah,
it
nah,
really
like it was just like my pops, like reason I like shoes so much because he got shoes, you feel me?
right.
I like nice things, I like getting fly because
Cause
he like
he
getting
got
fly,
fly.
like you
Come
feel me?
on, it's
Like
what's
that was
modeled.
my role model, you feel me? So
That's real.
I didn't really have too many people I wanted to be like in the
That's
NFL
real.
because my dad played football.
Come on, right. I
So
want to
like
be just like
everything I wanted to
Pops.
be in, yeah, I wanted to be like my
Be like,
OG. You
right,
feel
that's
me?
real.
And I feel like that's what kept me solid because I didn't have to go search for somebody else to be.
Right.
When my role model of how to be a solid man was right there.
Right. That's real. And then, like, let me ask, bro, because, it's homies that, took different routes than what we did.
For
That's
sure.
what, like,
For
I'm like,
sure.
man, we definitely was chosen, because we could have took them same routes, man. Let me ask, do you think that's an effect of, like, a cause and effect of, once again, not having that guidance?
Yes, because it's easy to be manipulated, especially when you're young.
Right.
Feel me? Like I got a lot of homies that's into gang violence and gang banging, but luckily I had a pops who, you feel me, ain't
Right.
let me do that.
Right.
Other people don't got that dad to tell them no. You feel
Right.
me? It's just whoever's around. So, they might go to somebody else for male advice.
Right.
Is it the right advice? You feel me? At the time, no. But, people gotta go through things and everybody's life is different. So yeah, I would say, it's a key point in having at least not even if a father, some type
Right.
of
Like I said,
male figure in that
some just
life,
a
whether it's an
mentor or something.
uncle,
Come on.
mentor, cousin.
Right.
Feel me? That's why I feel like it's big on me to go help somebody who didn't have that male structure that I had in my life. Cause then obviously, it'll help their life benefit so much more.
Right.
So much more.
That's real. And it's like it's funny like you were saying because like, like and I always repeat it over and over on the podcast. Like, like I say, the best thing I learned is because like, you know, I didn't tell the story so many times, but I was sleeping in class and my professor slapped my desk. And I went to JUCO, so
Yeah,
I lost every offer, but I'm still doing the same stuff.
yeah,
I had a 1 point something in high school. I'm still
yeah.
falling asleep in class. I don't care. I'm like, and we at JUCO and they suck. Like, I went from a top, you know
Now,
how I
real
go
talk,
to
my boy's a dog. Supposed to
come
go to
on,
OU for
come
sure.
on, like to, like I say, he slapped my desk. Woke me up. I'm like, hey, don't be slapping my desk. You know how
Yeah,
it is with
right.
the. And then I felt like just he slapped my desk again, and then he woke up and he had his degree in my face, and he was like, let me tell you, he said like the biggest mistakes, we as parents that we make is we tell a child. Do as I say, not as you see. He said a child gonna do what they see and not as you say. So, just going back to
Facts.
you, talking about how Pops like shoes, I like shoes. Hey,
Facts.
Pops like getting fly, I like getting fly. And I'm like, nah, that's real. I see my Pops getting fly, like, till you gonna do what's modeled.
But also, you
Come
feel
on.
me? Like you see your pops respected females.
Come on.
I grew
You
up
gonna,
respecting females. It say like
you
pops
gonna,
saying, you feel me? You just giving everybody respect. It's like I feel like I have to give everybody that same respect.
come
I'm not
on.
trying to be the loudest in the room, the cockiest.
Right.
Like it's like when it comes to football, like I know I'm good. I don't gotta, you feel me? Like
Right, just
I don't gotta tell that. I don't gotta say that. That's
people
why,
speak for you. Come
you feel
on,
me? That's why
I
I
could
like my
come in. I
game.
could come in and be like, Lil, you a legend. Lil, like, you know,
Like nah,
like nah. You
nah.
feel me? Like, you
But
know, people on
you
the
know
come
firsthand,
on,
like you know, I don't look at myself as like no legend. You feel me?
humble, bro. Like
That's
just
how you gotta play it
a
though.
humbling spirit, and that's once again why we drawn together. Because like I said, we been to the top. Like we didn't, you know, like to a point we don't gotta brag and be like, oh, we did this and that. Like people always be like, you know, Trail the dog priest. You know, he got on here
Yeah.
like Trail dog. He was really. I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't even care about it. You
Priest,
know,
you feel
like
me?
come
Priest
on,
was
like
crazy.
come on, bro. To
Priest is
like,
crazy.
bro, Priest was come on, number one safety in the country, all that to like we like man, just humbling though. You feel me? Humbling and loving. I'm like that's what drew us all together because like it's so important to remain humble. And like you were saying earlier, you was like, I never been like, and that's why I tell people, I was never the cocky and boastful, you know, none of that. But I said, God still humbled me. He had to humble me still. You know what I mean? Because like I say in the Bible, you know, pride goes before destruction. It's better to be with the lowly in spirit. And I'm like, that's real, bro. Just remain chill. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, like,
It's
people
it
gonna speak for you.
for sure. And just like you said, like I feel like the people who don't go through nothing are like, you know, like the people like the Karens of America, like how people say like, you know, just they don't they don't know how to be them.
Right? That's real.
You feel me? They don't know how to be solid. You feel me? They don't know how to be true. You know, they always seen something that's like, all right, like just with dressing and everybody has to get the clothes that you feel me, the rappers or the
Come
NFL
on.
people are wearing. Like, it's cool to wear white tees. It's cool to wear Vans. You feel me? It's
Come
cool to
on.
just be you.
Be
Like
you.
people don't like alliterate. It's cool to be yourself.
Come on.
And just like with football, it's like the best coaches are the ones who want to learn about you as a person and not only care for what you could do for them on the field.
Right.
And I feel like that's why another reason I had good coaches at UCLA to always instill in me that football wasn't everything.
Come on. That's real.
They always used to tell me
They
like
all the
it's
time.
2%, you feel me, goes to the NFL.
That's
Like
real.
if you want to be that 2%, you could be that 2%, but
Right.
get your degree.
Right. And you know, like you, and that's what I loved about the coaches too, because they was being real. You feel me? Like, and that's why I said over and over, I love, you know, Bill Clark, you know, Coach Clark from, you know, UAB, my head coach, because like he say only 1% gonna make it. He said, so I'm raising good fathers, husbands, business owners.
For
Cause like I
sure.
tell people all the time, I said I had some teammates who they worked the hardest, ran the hardest, ate right, did
They
right,
will
and they
never
was
be as good as you. They'll never
would
be as good as
never
you.
play. But I
But
said
they make it.
that's the business owners.
They make it.
That's the ones, and it go back to respecting everybody because, like they say, don't burn bridges.
At
You
all.
might need some, and just because of who you are and who you been, hey, Lil, I got you on a job. I got you, like you said. I'm the type of homie. My homie don't got nothing going. I got you, just because of who you were as a person. You know what I'm saying? So that's
And I feel like, bro, that's the complete honest truth because just for the simple fact, like every like team I've been associated with, I always been like the team guy. Like
right. The team,
if you
right?
need some energy, get it from me, and everybody know. Like
Come on,
little like I wasn't the person. Sometimes coaches used to get mad because I'm not gonna yell at everybody.
right,
Cause sometimes, cause I'm not perfect.
right,
I laugh, you feel me, like during practice. Like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do something. Like am I focused? Yeah. Majority
Right.
of the time focused, you feel me? But like I'm a human. So
right.
when it comes to getting on other people, like I can only hold myself accountable.
That's
And I just
real.
kept that in life, you feel me? I've never
That's
been
real.
like, hey, you gotta do this.
Right.
Hey, you gotta do that. Unless I know you wanna hear that from me.
Right. That's
If
real.
I don't know you wanna hear that from me,
I ain't-
you gonna think I'm holding, you feel me, information to myself just on how laid back I am. But
Come
if I
on.
know you my boy and you got love for me, I got love for you,
Come on.
or you a female in my life, you feel me, and you want to see me win or something like that, then I'm gonna let you know everything I know.
Come on.
And we gonna
I ain't
really
gonna
chop
hold.
it up.
I ain't gonna hold nothing back from you, cause I
At
just want to see
all.
you win.
'Cause-
I ain't gonna hold nothing back from
Cause
you.
I know if you're in my circle and you win, then it's
I
hard for me to
win.
not win.
Come on. Hey,
It's
you
hard
eat,
for me
I
to
eat.
not
Come
win.
on, bro.
Real talk.
And that's real. And one thing I want to go back to, like you say, like people don't brand that just being real and being yourself. You
No.
feel me? Like,
No.
like you say, you know, people get all these designer clothes and this and that. Like I tell people, like, you think that's gonna make you feel confident? You still gonna be the same. And I'm gonna say, lame nigga you was. You feel me? Like lame woman you was, whatever, because that don't make you. You feel me? Like,
But you know, it's like
you-
the people, some people, not to cut you off, but some people grow up as that. Like,
That's
you feel me?
real.
Like, like some people grow up liking nice things. You
Right,
feel
and
me?
it's
So
not, and I
like,
tell people it's
there's
nothing
not wrong with
wrong,
that.
and it's nothing wrong with liking nice
But
things.
that's
Just said
them. That's being
don't.
you.
That's
That's what you
being you.
grew
Come
up
on,
accustomed to. That's what you grew up used to. You feel me? So it's
right.
just like if you ain't grew up used to that and you don't have that, then don't try to just be there yet. That's
Just
why I
be
really
that.
hate Instagram.
Right.
Cause everybody gets on there and they like, oh, such and such is doing this. I feel like I should post a picture or I should post a such and
Right.
such
What Drake said? He said I know a girl still placing
on their
placing
trips.
pictures, from where she flown, just to make it seem like
Like
she on
she's
the
still
go,
there.
like
Like
she's
she's
still
still
on the
there.
go. Like, no, you back at home struggling, but like you say, it's the fake facade. You feel me? Like, and that's why I tell people, I still shop at Walmart. I still go get my
Target,
clothes, Target, hey, flip flops, cheap shoes,
H&M.
all this, because I'm like, none of that stuff impressed me. Like, I'm humble. Like, I know it's bigger than that. It's bigger than materialistic things. I like nice things. I want to have nice things. I want to give my kids nice things. But I'm like, it's like God say, duck from covenants. Meaning, like, don't look at somebody, I want more. Look at somebody's wife, oh, her wife, I want his
Appreciate
wife.
what you
Like,
got.
be thankful, because like my pastor say, when you unsatisfied, that's because you're not thankful. And
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so real, bro. So many people ain't grateful for what they got. That's why I'm like, I can have a bucket and just a shirt and the shoes on my back, and I say I'm still gonna be smiling though, because I'm just thankful to be here. Like, just thankful to see another day. You feel me? That's why I'm like, people be just living like taking life for granted, and that's why I always tell I would write on the board to my students. I'd be like, just find your purpose. Are you wasting air? Like Nip say. But what he say? Fuck it though. Y'all niggas scared.
You feel me?
You know what I'm
Cause
saying?
bro, and it's so crazy because like being in college, like just like a whole bunch of Nip songs got me through like some
Come on.
cold times, but not just of like just of the words he was saying or just because he was Nip, but like being a kid from Crenshaw, you
Come
feel me?
on.
Like
Right.
to go through some of them feelings and emotions, like just like how he said, like you feel me, like on his last album, like he went through every emotion.
I
You
went
feel
through
me?
every
He just
emotion.
didn't quit,
Come on.
and that's like I didn't been at the lowest. I didn't been at my highest.
Come
You would
on.
have never known
Come
just
on.
because I keep the same smile, I keep the same energy,
Right.
whether I'm happy, sad, or mad. Because I always tell myself though, like anytime something bad happened to me or something, I was like man, somebody going through worse,
Right. Come
and it
on.
just
It's
bring me
real.
back. Every
Come
time it's
on.
like man, like it could be the worst. Like literally this week, I was having the worst week ever. You feel me? But it's like it's somebody else, bro,
Come on.
going through the same thing you going through, but they making it work.
They're making it work, and they're not complaining, and they
And,
thankful.
and it's like, man, like I can't never complain because like even if I didn't got the opportunities, as far as like, yeah, I know what to do to be successful. Now it's all on
On
how I
you.
gotta do and how I
Right.
gotta
That's
execute.
real.
So if something don't go right for me, it ain't to be pointing the finger, like it ain't go right because of this or because of that person. It ain't go right because of me.
Right.
So like,
Come
how can
on.
I fix me? You feel me? It's all about self reflection and knowing yourself.
Accountability, like you say, like holding yourself to that standard. What did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? You know what I'm
You feel
saying?
me? And
So,
then that's where, and then of course that's where the resiliency comes
come
in.
on,
You
bro.
feel me? Like it all plays a factor into each other, and then it's just like one goes hand in hand. So you can't cheat none of them. You can't cheat the
Come
grind.
on, you can't cheat it. Can't cut no corners with it, bro. That's real. And then Lil man, like, let me ask you, bro, because I've been thinking about having been someone who's been on that level, high stage, played ball, got hurt. I was thinking, man, I'm like, what can we do? Because you can relate. A lot of the homies, like I tell the homies, some of my homies, we don't talk no more. And not because it's not love, because when we see each other, it's love, but niggas is hurting from football, hurting from because like I tell people, my professor, my relationship class was like, for all you athletes, she said, I'm telling you, the hardest times of your life is gonna be having to redefine who you are. When you put all your eggs into one basket and it doesn't play out, it's tough. You feel me? So I've been thinking like, okay, how could we help those who struggle with it? Because I got homies, like I say, get cut. Now they, not hiding, but you just hurting, bro. And it's like, how could we help them? How could I wanted to start something, like, and it's just the
Yeah,
idea, like, just to
yeah,
help them,
but
like, even if it was just providing them with jobs and stuff, because bro, people don't
yeah,
understand, like, you go from playing in front of 70,000 people, nigga, you don't want to go work for 15 hours, $15 an hour, like, and it's not because like like I say, be humble, right? It's not because you better than it, but it's like you had all these expectations of what your life was gonna look like and what you
It's not even being arrogant
come
saying that
on.
I'm not that, like, I can't work at a Walmart, I can't work at a Target. But it's just the feeling of, the fans, the structure, the camaraderie of a team,
Come on, just everything.
you
You
go from always being involved in something to not being involved in nothing. And it's like, when you know firsthand when you in them type of positions, like I had everybody texting me,
come
hitting
on.
me up, thinking I was gonna do this, telling me what I was gonna do, telling me what team, my homies back home, like, hey man, you gotta play for my team when you go to NFL,
Come
like that.
on.
Like, it's just
Right.
all those thoughts, like, of everybody, like, it's like, man, I got the ultimate goal is NFL, as
Come
you
on.
feel me, as a young football player. I don't care whether you center, kicker, punter, whatever position you want to go play professional.
That's real.
And the reality is, bro, maybe one dude you play Pop Warner with is
It's
going
gonna
to the NFL.
come on.
So people don't tell people that enough. Like, yeah, they just tell them everybody doesn't make it, but they don't really explain what you go through when you don't make it. You feel me?
Come on.
What you
That
go through when you make it. You feel me? Just those type of things. So I
come
feel
on, that
like,
too.
honestly, bro, whether it's like just whether it's like a podcast like this to where
Right.
you could just speak, express how you feel, your emotions, or it's really deep to some people where some people might need therapy. But me, all reality, like, through my experience, I just think it's just after you go through that, I really just think you just need somebody to talk to,
That's
just to
real.
express yourself,
That's
just so
real.
you don't keep them feelings bottled.
Real. That's
Because
real.
some people
You
without
you get
football, they don't know what to do. That's their identity.
come on.
So I just feel like you just always need somebody that they can either relate to, or they really value what you're saying, so you could just get that off your chest.
Right. And it goes back to like that isolated feeling. Cause like you talked about, you had all these thoughts, people hitting you up to damn, nobody hitting me no more. Nobody, you know what I mean? Like, cause now I didn't turn out to be to like I said, you get isolated. Like I said, homies isolate themselves. And I learned, I had to learn. Cause like I said, once I got hurt, bro, like I went up to UAB for football.
Mhm.
So going in, starting in the day, to getting hurt and only practicing 3 days to being out, like I remember just, I'm injured for 15 to 18 months. And I'm like, I don't want to go to practice. I don't want to hang out with nobody. I want to sit in my room
For
all day.
sure.
Like all I
For
care about is
sure.
football. I ain't come to make, not saying I didn't build relationships with life because I did. That's how God worked. But at my mindset, I don't want no friends. I don't want this. I just want that money. I just want my life to look
Go
this certain
back.
way to like once again, it didn't happen. And like I had to learn my brother Tavon, shout out to brother Tavon, FCA leader up there, fellow Christian athletes. He was like, the devil's like a lion. He said, if you ever watch the Animal Channel, he said, what do zebras do? They travel in packs. And he said, what does that one zebra do? Go smell the bushes. And he said, what happens? All them lions do what? Jump on him. He said, that's how the devil is. He isolates you. You know what I'm saying? He gets you by yourself, and then he do what them lions do, jump on you. He eats you up. And like
Man.
he said, God meant
That's
for us
crazy.
to be in relationships with people. But what do people get into that? I can do it by myself. I don't need nobody. I'm like, man, that's the devil. You do need people. You do need anybody who ever made it, they needed people. Come on, we spoke on that supporting cast, and like
For
it's like
real.
you said, my supporting cast, like it's great. The people in your supporting cast is gonna be the ones who
Because, like, I tell people this all the time, like, man, I'm far from the richest dude on earth, like, as far as like being well, but man,
rich in spirit
I'm
though.
rich in love, spirit,
Spirit,
everything. Like, man, I really feel like, I tell people all the time, bro, I really feel like God gave me the best father, bro, and he really gave me the best group of friends,
come
bro.
on,
And
bro.
even the people I meet in life going along my way, I feel like he allows me to meet the perfect people, bro, to
You
like,
and
you know
it's
what I'm
so
saying?
true because just reflecting off like we said, like going back to that being you, it's like everywhere I go, I touch so many lives, and I'm like, man, I ain't rich, I don't got that money, I don't got none of that, but I said I got what most people lack. I'm me. I'm real. I'm gonna come in there smiling. I'm gonna crack a joke. I'm gonna make you laugh. I'm gonna say yes, man. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm me. I pride myself on, what I mean, being me. And I'm like you say, like go back to that, just being real. You feel me? So I'm like,
You feel me? No, that's the best thing to do is be you.
come on, bro. And like, that's for anybody out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be you though. And like, I think that's, you know what I'm saying?
Because
That's
what,
real.
what what doesn't attract me is people who don't, want to be them.
That's real.
Because it's just like, like, you would be a dope person if you acted like you.
Right.
Them are the dopest people to
They
me.
are. They are.
Real talk, man. Like you come across the dopest people, man, just because they into what they're doing and focused on their life and like them the most successful people.
Come on.
You think Jay-Z is sitting up on Instagram
No
mad at
chance.
other people, you feel me, because they ain't do such and such. It don't make sense.
Right.
And that's why I say I had a great supporting cast because they always like, man, never hate.
Right.
Never hate. Like all my like it's
All
bro, it's
love.
people in it, my friends that you feel me, I play professional that tell me all 24/7, like, man, ain't no way you should be playing. People there
Come
all the
on. All
time.
the time.
But I tell them, man, like, man, if God wanted to happen, it's gonna happen. And
Right.
until it happen, bro, I'm gonna clap for everybody else I know.
Come on. It's pure and genuine, bro.
It's genuine. It gotta be because at the time, like, man, I want everybody to be genuine when I win.
Come on. For
I don't want
real.
no hate because I ain't hate on nobody else.
Come on. That's real right there. And like, just talking about to that, like, going back to that rich in spirit, Kenny used to always say, and like, that's where I got it from. He used to always say, like, always remember it's in you, not on you. You know what I'm saying? So, and it go back to that being real. People put on that designer, but once again, it's in you. It's not on you though. You feel me? And like you say, I don't got the most money, but I'm rich in spirit. It's people who got more than us who
Miserable.
miserable.
Miserable. Miserable.
Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it's real, bro. Just being, rich in spirit, Lil. And man, this has just been like so amazing, bro. You feel me? Like just
Yeah.
this whole, this interview, man, and just, everything, we just been, chopping up the game, Lil. Like,
Yeah,
for
nah.
real, bro. Cause like I say, like resilient. And you talk about like the things you go through. People always ask me all the time, like, would you do this different? Would you do this? I'm like, no, because this is my testimony.
It wouldn't have made you who you was.
I wouldn't be doing this right now. I wouldn't be, God got me in a, greater position. And like, that's why I'm like, man, we got to get Lil on. Like you had asked me like, why start this? I said, I ain't say because I want to do this and do that. I said, nah, because of people like you.
Real talk.
People
like,
need to see resiliency.
But just like off camera, like just like you said that, and then I told you, like, this is my first podcast, but I want to do it because just how real you are, and it's something
Right.
I see. It's like, man, Trail's just as real as me, man.
Come
Like,
on.
yeah, no brainer. Let me do it. But anybody else, it's like they do it for the come up. You
Right.
doing it to talk to people and let people know and give them different type of knowledge they ain't know before and hear people's stories. So it's dope, bro. It's
Man.
dope, and I appreciate you having me for real.
Man, that's real right there, Lil, man.
It's my boy, man.
Man, for real, man. It's been a great conversation, bro. Like, I don't know what more we could add to it, man. It's been so dope, bro.
Man.
Just such a memory. Like I said, we didn't build so many memories together, whether it was just seeing you for a quick second after y'all played ASU or whatever. But it's like, it's so many memories.
Love.
It's always love. And it's like, it's so many memories like you don't, get back. Like, so I'm like, this is going to be a memory like that I always hold with me forever. You know what I mean?
Especially because like, just like before you said, like me and Trail met 2013.
Come on, 2013.
2013, man. So like, even to meet somebody for like, that was our first time meeting for that week, and to not live in the same city and to not live in the same state, and to keep in touch, you feel me, for this long is just all just a testament to be how real you are, and you feel me, how
Man,
real
and likewise.
I say to be, you feel me. So
hell yeah,
it's forever gonna be love, bro, and it's dope to do because you feel me, like I feel like I've been wanting to voice and let people hear what I'm saying,
Right.
and you giving the platform to everybody to do that is another dope thing, you feel me?
Right.
Which you don't even realize you doing, you feel me? You getting
Right.
people a platform to speak their voices.
Right. And
everybody don't give other people platforms to speak their voices.
right.
So that's dope, bro. So
Man, that's real, Lil, man. I hope you, man, definitely enjoy the shirt, man.
man.
I got you a medium, so I hope it fit.
That's crazy. That's all right. I'm glad you didn't give me the, people like, you a large? Like, nah.
I'm like, hey, that's what I was thinking. I said, no way, Lil large. I said,
you feel me? About to size up into that though real quick.
Man.
Might be an XL when you feel me, get
man.
that easy.
And then, Lil, man, like I say, man, I brought you on because, like I said, you special. Like like I said, I hold the memories. I laugh. I just think about all the great times and how real you are to, like I said, I just want to let you know, bro, the story is still being written. It's unfinished. You feel me? Like God is just us being here right now. This all God. Like it's something that's gonna come out of it because I know your life is gonna be great, and I know mine's as well. And we're gonna, man, we're gonna have so much success, God willing, man.
God willing, for
You feel
sure.
me? So it's like. I just can't wait to reflect back on this moment. Like you remember, and like it's crazy because I tell people all the time, like we don't even know how big this moment gonna be. Like we don't know who gonna see this, who life
Yeah,
this is gonna touch, who this gonna
yeah.
inspire. So that's why I say, I love it, bro. So
And that's the dope thing about it, cause it's like you doing something that you like to do, and not even knowing that, like, damn, this might change somebody's life. Real
come
talk,
on,
just as well as might change yours. You feel me? So,
right?
nah, bro. Anybody like doing something like that you doing, bro? I'm always a part of to help, bro.
That's
Cause
real,
at the end of the day, it's not about you. You feel me?
right?
Cause people ain't know you got a fam. You feel me? So it's
Come
like
on,
it's about the fam.
it's
Real
about the
talk, bro.
fam.
It's
This
it's
this
it's,
fam.
it's never about you, and
Come
that's
on.
what always attracted me to you, to people like K
Like
Lace.
you
You
say,
feel me?
always being a team player, things like that. And I'm like, that's why I tell people all the time, like, one thing you gotta learn, and I learned from God, is that life is not about you. I remember my grandma. I would call her, like, Grandma, I'm in Alabama, I'm hurt, I don't got no friends, like all this, I don't want to make friends, this and that. My grandma would say, that's the devil, boy. You feel me? You just thinking about you. You're not thinking about how blessed you are. You're not thinking about how you got a free education, how you can go swipe and eat all day, how you get $600 on a car. Like, I'm like, and that would
Bro,
always put me back into
people in third
perspective
world
to,
countries, bro, they ain't eating,
come on,
they
bro.
ain't drinking. You get like, it's so crazy because like we think it's hard, but man, we don't even know hard.
Come on.
It's like, bro, people be like, that's why like I've never been the type to complain.
Right,
Cause like my life's is of course it's had its trials and tribulations, but it's never been that hard to where I feel like I should complain about the life I live.
right,
I woke up. We all woke up this morning. You feel me?
right.
That's enough for me.
Come on, bro. That's real. And like just driving, through these streets, man, like I'm like, damn, I'm looking into my head. I ain't said it out loud to nobody in the car or nothing, but I'm like, thank you, God. I'm thankful that you kept your arms on me, that you kept me out of harm's way, that I'm not on them streets. Like, I'm thankful for that because I could be there. Like, and I'm like, just like you say, not complaining. Somebody got it worse. Like, I'm like, and God so as long as God give me another day, like I seen a post that say today not refundable. We got to make the most out of it. And
Man,
and
it's
going back
crazy.
to, just life ain't about you. I'm like, once you start to understand that, then you start living more. Because it's like, I tell people like this podcast has been, I don't care about me. I never started this with Trail gonna get the shine. I say, no, I'm gonna give platform for people to speak because this life ain't about me. I say, I'm grinding. I say, this ain't about me, it's about my kids. It's about my family. You know what I'm saying? It's about, you know what I'm saying? It's about
The
touching lives.
real.
It's not about me. Like life ain't about me. It's to lead God people back to where they should be, to, touch lives, inspire people. Like I say, you talk about like, bro, people gonna hear this and you being from LA, a kid gonna see this and be like, man, I look up to him. Man, Lil, man, it's been like I say, a great conversation, man. And like I say, man, moments like this, like, we might, of course, man, we're going to see each other in the future. But like I say, moments like this, it might not ever feel like that again. So like I said, these moments like this, like I hold near and dear because like, God is present. This is a moment like, us being back in high school. And it's just memories that, you hang on to forever, man. So, man, I'm so thankful that you took the time to be a part of Resiliency Camp podcast, man. And,
Nah,
you
I
know,
appreciate it, bro.
man,
For
I
real, for real.
appreciate you, little man,
Every
and
time, man.
for real, man. And
I
man,
gotta go
before I
tune
let
in.
tune in, and before I let you go, Lil, is there anything you want to say? So,
Man, nah, man. Just appreciate me feeling my boy in the trail on having me on this podcast, man. And one of the what episode would this be?
it's about to be episode. Ooh, yeah, this is about to be like the
You
25th,
feel
man.
me?
So
So
we
just for him to think of me, put me on there, I appreciate that, man. And he giving real game, and it's just real talks and real conversations. So man, y'all should really tune in, cause I'm tuned in, and I know if you want to hear, just somebody real and genuine speak, and tune into something good that's good for you, man. Just resiliency can, man. So lock in.
man, that's real, little man. And we done, brother. I appreciate you.
That's good shit. Hey,
Man,
in front of me, yeah. You low key got me ready for camp.
man.